everything you taught me from day one. I always remember.
Everything working, baby. Everything working. Good. Hey, Floyd, be careful.
I got you.
Okay.
Thank you,
All right, baby. Everything good. All right, yes, sir.
It makes more sense in his case, even if his beginning came on streets that offered hardly any more promise.
You know, I stayed with my dad for a certain period of time. Then eventually I moved with my mother to Jersey. There was 7 people staying in a 1-bedroom apartment, no heat. I mean, sometimes no lights. You know, my mother she was on crack at one particular time, and eventually, you know, I moved back to Grand Rapids, Michigan with my father. You know, I asked my mother, can she move back also, and she eventually moved back to Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I was happy when she moved back, but she was back on drugs. You know, I seen my dad sell my mother drugs. You know, just those are the things that I went through in life. But of course, for Floyd Mayweather, it's more than just nice automobiles, more than just mansions, more than just millions of dollars. It's about giving back. You know, I love to, of course, give back to the less fortunate, give back to a lot of public schools, because that's where I come from, a hard, rough life.
Where you at, little Floyd?
Right here.
Okay, there you are with the crisscross. What color? Red, green, yellow, black. What happened to the shoes, Floyd?
But there was also a dark side to Floyd's childhood. With a drug-addicted mother and a father who always seemed to find trouble. The Mayweather household was a dangerous place. When Floyd Jr. was only 1, the elder Mayweather was shot in the leg during a family dispute, holding Floyd in his arms when the bullets flew.
I seen a little bit of everything. Seen shootouts, been in the middle of shootouts. When my dad was hustling, doing his thing, I seen my dad sell my mother drugs. And things happened. You know, that was my life then.
Years later, when Floyd was 16 years old, the older Mayweather found trouble again when he was arrested for selling drugs.
My dad was locked up. My dad was locked up in the feds. I had to become a man at a young age, at 16. At 16, I had to provide for myself. Had to make a way for myself. And every day, all I did was continue to dedicate myself to my craft, which was boxing.
Winner from the red corner.
May not be soon. So the winner is Conor, although the referee, Sherman, raised the hand of Floyd Mayweather.
Guess what? This was not a good decision.
Floyd took it like a champ, but not USA Boxing. They need to get rid of the whole system and get a new establishment to control amateur boxing.
I think that, you know, I don't really want to say I won a bronze medal. I think it's best to say I received a bronze medal, because you can't win a bronze if you lost.
Anybody with one eye and 90 years old can tell me that Floyd Mayweather didn't score at least 40 blows in those 3 rounds. Floyd Mayweather won that bout. He won every round. And I said, with all due respect, I will not be involved in an organization that cheats young men out of their right to have a gold medal. And there's my resignation.
We all know I got ripped off, you know. I gotta live with it, you know. I'm just gonna, take my bronze medal, and go home, And, it's time for me to turn professional, I can't deal with this amateur boxing anymore.
Floyd was raised in the gyms of Grand Rapids, Michigan. A youth spent studying those who came before him. His father and his uncle Roger, both well-regarded pros. Still, it was clear early on his talents surpassed even his pedigree. In 1993, under his father's tutelage, Floyd won his first National Golden Gloves championship. He was 16.
It felt good, but it was very hard. I had to struggle, struggle and fight. But first, I want to thank the good man upstairs for giving me this opportunity to win the national championship. And second of all, I want to thank my father.
Get rides to the gym any way I can. If I had to take a bus, sometimes the snow came up past my knees. I was carrying a heavy bag on my back just to get to the gym, just to make things happen.
He would jog for miles, miles. His dad would just ride along. And I say that he would say, if I quit, then my dad's gonna call me a punk. And I'm like, well, just tell him. He's like, no, I can't tell him, you tell him.
We started calling Big Floyd Joe Jackson because it was to the point where Floyd just ate, slept, and drank boxing. That's what his life was consumed of.
They go to the gym in the morning and stay till night. So it was hard on him. He didn't never get to play that much. Like the other kids did, he didn't.
Because a person is a Christian, a person is a Catholic, a person is a Muslim, a person is a Jew. I feel under God, we all are one. I find myself praying all day, all day. I pray every day and all day. Don't nobody know it. That's one of my secrets. And I told you.
Right until the end of the round, and even into the next round. Don't quite know what's going on here in the ring.
It's all getting a little bit heated because, as we said before, this is a very pro-Pacquiao house. And Mayweather is celebrating and working the audience. And some people didn't like it.
Sells tickets, and I'm here to sell tickets. I'm a performer. That's what I do. I sell myself.
I'd rather be hated for being real and who I am than be loved for someone that I'm not.
It's the motherfucking DLWG.
Someone from the Make-A-Wish Foundation reached out to them and said, this kid from Ireland, he has cancer or he has leukemia or I don't know. Yeah. And he want his final wish, or I don't know, they were saying, it's like, this is probably going to be his last wish, and his last wish is to talk on the phone to you. And I don't know what, so I rang the kid and we talked for a long, long time. I talked with his friends in the hospital, his family, and today or last night he passed away. So it my head up because this little kid is in Ireland, and I'm telling the kid I'm gonna take this belt and I'm gonna bring the belt to you and we'll raise the belt. Or even I was saying, and I would have done it if he. Would have flew him out here to Vegas, but they were thinking maybe if he got a little bit better, we could fly him out to Vegas, and I don't know. It's just a really sad situation, and it's heartbreaking. I have lost family members to cancer, and it is a horrible, horrible thing. So I wish, I don't know. Would have been nice if I could have maybe, I don't know.
Well, like I said, I'm sorry for your loss, and I guess it really shows you the power that you have as with your celebrity to bring joy to someone's life who maybe wouldn't have had that joy. And I thank you for doing this, and I wish you the best of luck. And whether it's Mendez or Aldo or whomever it was going to be or it will be in the future, it can't not be entertaining with Conor McGregor. Thanks for doing this, my friend.
Thank you.
And where do you live?
My name is Conor McGregor and I live in Lucan.
And what's your status or what's your profession?
I'm a professional MMA fighter with a record of 4-1. I'm an up-and-coming fighter, and without a doubt you will see me on the UFC in the near future, without a doubt.
Interim UFC featherweight champion of the world, the notorious Conor McGregor.
Make no mistake, I am cocky in prediction. I am confident in preparation, but I am always humble in victory or defeat.
Sorry, Bill, sorry. We'll go again. We'll go again. Again.
Feel for Jose. He's a phenomenal champion. He was a phenomenal champion. We deserved to go a little bit longer.
I said it in the octagon, you know, you feel for that. That can happen. You know, you don't want to see it like that. It would have maybe a little bit stretched out, but the same formula would have happened if not a little bit later. But
did you say to Max afterwards? Did you say you're a lot tougher than I thought, or good fight?
I said, good fight, thank you for the exchanges, and he came to me and says, you're a nice guy, you're a showman. So, you know, which is probably true. I'm not the worst guy in the world, even though, you know, might be a little bit, might talk shit a little bit sometimes, you know, but
when?
Boom, just above the ear, the perfect legal shot. I don't like looking at these things either, you know. At the end of the day, we are all competitors. Nothing but respect from my competitors, that we all need each other at the same time, you know. When it's done, it's done.
Thank you very much, guys, and Conor, thank you very much for doing this. Can you describe the emotions after a loss like that?
you know, it stings real bad, but this is the fight business. I've been on the end of many defeats in my life, and I've rose back, so I will not shy away from it. I will not make excuses for it. I will assess it and come back.
I know it's still very fresh, but in hindsight, do you feel like you almost bit off more than you can chew here?
I just misinterpreted his efficiency. He was very efficient, and he took shots well, and he played with his energy well, whereas I didn't. I blew out, he did not. He almost felt I hurt him many times in the fight. I abandoned the body shots were doing damage, but he cut me 1 or 2 jabs to the body, and I avoided his body then after that. But he played well. He went into autopilot mode where I panicked a little bit, and this is it, you win or you learn. So.
Does this result mean that you're done fighting at 170?
Yeah, definitely not. No, I'll take any fights. When the history books are written, I show up. I had many opportunities to walk from this fight, even after Nate got brought in, you know. So I show up to fight. If there's 170, you know, I enjoyed the test. I feel a little bit more practice. I could be aware. You know, if I was fighting a man my own weight, 155 or 145, they're going to be KO'd from them shots, you know. So I feel a little bit of an adjustment of knowing that the opponent will be able to take more of it, and then I could continue to compete at that weight, no problem. If there's a fight there, ring me up, I'll answer the bell, no problem.
As you can imagine, all your foes are asking to fight you now. In a perfect world, what would you like to do next?
You know, I think I'll go down and take that. You know, I don't know. I've seen the Jose's thing. I mean, he can celebrate through another man's victory, but at the end of the day, when we faced, he was unconscious. That's the sign of it. That's not the sign of a true champion for me, you know. He's celebrating and I lost when I defeated him. He's celebrating somebody else's victory, but when I defeated him, I showed him respect. So, and maybe I'll go back down and shut him up one more time. But it's what it is. I'll be back.
Again, Conor, thank you so much for the time and much respect on how you're handling this.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Loyalty is a strong thing for me, and I respect loyalty a lot. But I absolutely despise people who are disloyal, people who bite the hand that feeds them. I cannot relate to that in any way. I knew what was going to happen. I knew I was going to get here. They didn't. There's a lot of stressful years, a lot of tough times.